Hello everybody, and welcome to the start of my Reading Rush reading vlog. That was a mouthful. So yeah, I am doing the Reading Rush this year and I can't wait to get started. It's almost, well, it is 9 o'clock now. I woke up about 40 minutes ago, so I've just been getting ready for the day and doing stuff. So now I'm excited to get to reading, but I have no idea what I want to read. Just to let you guys know, but you probably already know this since you're watching it, but this is going to be a weekly reading vlog, so that's why you didn't really get any videos last week, which is this week at the moment. Anywho, I am not sure what I want to read first. I'm sort of stuck between a few choices though. These are my 3 choices at the moment. I was thinking about going in order with the challenges, but I'm not sure if that's what I want to do. And then I kind of want to read this right away just to get it out of the way because it's like a classic and I don't know how long this is going to take me to read. And the last one is this one, Lola and Boy Next Door, because I just love Anna and the French Kiss from last year, so I'm kind of excited to dive into this one. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'm actually thinking it's more between these two. You know, I think I'm going to read this one, King Arthur and His Knights of the Round Table by Roger Lancelin Green, because again, this is like the most classic book out of all of them. And then this is also pretty short, even though it looks like pretty big. It's like only 300 pages, so I am hoping that I will finish this very quickly. So I'm just gonna get started reading now. So it's about 1:40 now and I am on page 145 of this book. And I don't think I said this before, but this book completes the challenge of read a book that was like based on a movie you already watched, and I have seen The Sword in the Stone, like the Disney version, and then I watched the show Merlin, which I absolutely love. My thoughts on this right now, I'm liking it. I don't know if I'm gonna rate it though, because this is like a classic and I don't read a ton of classics, so I don't know like if it's really good or not. I can't really tell. Like if this were a YA book, it's easier to judge my feelings on it because it's like written a certain way, like a modern way, and I just prefer YA books to classics, but I'm still really enjoying this a lot. We're getting into like stories of the knights now, and I find that a lot more interesting than the beginning part, which was about like how Arthur came to be king, and I'm just getting lost in the story more now that I have gotten further in, and it's going by pretty quickly actually. So I only have this much left. I think I'll be able to finish it today. Like I said, it's like 12:40 now, so I have pretty much the entire day to read this. Tonight I have to play tennis though, if it doesn't rain. It kind of looks like it's gonna rain, and it's also like the hottest day of the week, so fun. But if everything goes according to plan, then I'm probably gonna be playing tennis tonight. And I don't have work tonight, which is why I'm playing tennis, because usually I play tennis in the morning, but since I'm off tonight, which I'm happy about, playing tennis tonight. And then I think I have work tomorrow night, so I leave around 5-ish, and then I get back at around like 9 to 10 or something like that. So we'll see how reading goes tomorrow, but I'm hoping that I can finish this like pretty soon, like in the next few hours, so I can start another book today. Hopefully get a good chunk of that done today, so I have like less I need to read tomorrow to get like 2 books in 2 days read. Anyway, I'm not farther in this because I did take a break. I had to do my laundry and then I organized a bit of my clothes in my closet because it was a mess and it was bugging me, so I fixed that, and then I did some laundry, so I'm gonna go like put it in the dryer right now and then I'll get back to reading. So I finished King Arthur and His Knights of the Round Table a little while ago, actually maybe an hour ago at this point. But anyway, I really enjoyed this book. I am not going to rate it though, but I don't have really any negative feeling towards this, except like I couldn't really get into it in the beginning half, but like as the stories progress, because it's more like a bunch of stories that make up one, I liked it a whole lot more. So if I were rating this, I'd probably give it like a 4 stars, but again, I don't really feel comfortable rating this because it's a classic, and like I would not compare this to something like Throne of Glass, which I love. So yeah, I'm not going to be reading this. And I'm not sure what I want to read next. I might start something tonight, but I might give myself a little break too, but I don't know. And just to let you know, this has 385 pages, so I thought it was less than that, but apparently it was almost 400 pages, so you know, what you gonna do? And I guess it makes it more of an accomplishment anyway. But for right now, I'm gonna go in the pool because it is so hot. Like everywhere, it's boiling hot. So even though the water will probably be pretty warm, I'm gonna go in the pool and go swim because I kind of want to take a break from reading. And I mean, it's like 7:10 now, but I did take some breaks while I was reading, so that's why it did take a little bit longer than it would have if I just read the whole thing straight through. So yeah, that's what's going on. I don't know if I'm going to update any more tonight, maybe to tell you what I plan on reading next, or if I do start anything, I'll let you know, but other than that, I think that's it. So it's Tuesday, the second day of the reading rush, and I just got home from playing tennis. Now, I forgot to tell you guys that last night we decided to play this morning instead of last night because it was like really hot. So yeah. Also, I had to close the shade behind me because otherwise I would have been backlit, and it was not pleasant. So that's why it's kind of dark in here at the moment. But I'm about to go play tennis again because like our team isn't really doing official practices, so I'm gonna be doing them instead, and I have to like lead it. I'm kind of nervous because I've never really done that before. So we'll see how it goes. But that's at 8:30 and it's like 8:06 right now, so I'll be leaving soon again. But I just wanted to tell you guys really quickly what I plan on reading next. I didn't start anything last night because I kind of didn't feel like it. I just wanted to go to sleep and, you know, get a good night's rest. So that's what I did. But the two books that I'm torn between are The Gwenevere Deception and Lola and the Boy Next Door. Whoops. So I didn't want to read this first yesterday because I wanted to read the King Arthur book first, but now that I finished that, I might start this. But then again, I might start this too because I kind of want to read that a lot as well. So I'm going to figure out what book I'm going to read and then just read a little bit before I have to go, which is in like 7 minutes, so we'll see how much I can get done in that time. And I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, so it's about 10:35 right now, and I just got back from my tennis practice that I sort of coached. So I'm happy to say it went well. Yeah, I was pretty much like the coach, and I liked it. It was different, but I had fun, and that's really what matters. And I'm exhausted right now, so I think that does say something that like I went all out. So I'm definitely really tired, so I'm looking forward to reading the rest of the day, and then I have to leave at about 5 for work. Excuse me, I had to yawn again. So it gives me a few hours, and I did decide to read The Gwenevere Deception by Kirsten White. I only got to page 6, so it's okay, but I'm excited to keep reading this, and so it's about 5:20 now, and I just wanted to check in before I went to work, and I am on page 170 of The Gwenevere Deception. So I'm about halfway through, and I am really loving this. It's really easy to read, and I'm just enjoying the entire ride, and I can't wait to keep reading. And I'm also glad that I decided to read King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table right before this, because there's so many references to names that I would have had no idea about, because the names you usually hear with King Arthur are just Arthur, Merlin, Gwenevere, and Lancelot, and there are so many more in here that, like I said, I would have had no idea who they were, but I'm glad I decided to read that, like, literally right before I picked this one up. I'm also sorry that I'm in, like, the same position. This tripod doesn't go that low, and I would, like, go to my desk or my other chair, but it'd be weird because you'd be, like, looking down on me. But I will try to get a different angle in soon, like, maybe in front of my bookshelf even, just to make this vlog a little more interesting. So I have to go right now, but I will see you when I get back, hopefully. So I just finished The Gwenevere Deception by Kirsten and I'm going to give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really did enjoy this book a lot, just not enough to make it like the full 5 stars. So it's basically about this girl who goes in place of Gwenevere, and so she's like a changeling, and her task is to protect Arthur, but along the way there are like a lot of obstacles, so it's an entertaining read, and there were some twists that I like expected, but then again didn't expect due to the storytelling, which I think was done very well. So I'm excited to read the next book when it finally comes out. And I finished that like 5 minutes ago at 10:15, and I got home about an hour ago, so I'm gonna go to bed now because I'm really tired, especially being at the court a lot today. And before I go, I just want to say I'm sorry that the last clip there was this weird glare on my face. I hadn't realized it, but I left for work, so I didn't realize it until now. So sorry about that, but hopefully there's no glare on me at the moment. I'm hoping. I just filmed like this same clip, but I was blurry, so yeah. Not having too much luck with the camera tonight, but hopefully tomorrow is better, a new day. And I will see you then, because I'm not going to be starting any more books tonight because I am exhausted, like I already said. So see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so it is the 3rd day of the reading rush, and I decided that my next read would be Sky in the Deep by Adrienne, and this is the book where I have to read outside the entire time, or outside of my house. So I did not realize that it was going to rain today, or that's what my dad told me, that it was supposed to rain. So I had no idea, and I already started reading this. I only got through the first page, but you know, I'm counting it as I still started it. So if it does rain on me, then I'm obviously not going to continue reading this outside, and I'll probably pick up Lola and the Boy Next Door. I was planning on reading that tomorrow because I have another team practice tomorrow as well, and I'm going to need a short book that I can fly through because I'm not going to have a ton of time at home, or less time than I would usually have. So this was my best bet for today, although it might not be the best anymore. Anyway, I had completely forgot to update my reading progress on the Reading Rush website, so I was just doing that now. I had to figure out how to get badges because they changed it, and I was confused for a little while, but you had to comment and then you'd sort of get that badge you commented on. So I have gotten 3 badges so far, the 2 challenges that I've already completed, and then the live read-in one. So yeah, I have 3 badges at the moment. I'm hoping I can get all of them, but I don't know. So I will show you my progress right now. But before I do, I just want to quickly say that outside I'm not going to bring this camera. This is like my only real filming camera, and it's not a vlog camera, so I probably should get a vlog camera, but I don't have one at the moment, so I'm just going to be using my phone outside. Sorry that the quality is not going to be as great, but it would not be very good if I used this camera because I would not get my entire face. So this is what my reading progress looks like now. So I have read 722 pages and 2 books so far, and I read less yesterday, and that's just because the book was smaller, as you can tell. So today's Wednesday, and I'm hoping I read a lot. And these are the badges I got. This one right here, that's just the one they give you if you like sign up, I think. And then the other 3 ones are the ones you have to earn. And then there are a lot more, but I will get them eventually. So I will see you guys outside. So the reason as to why my hair's a mess is because I went in the pool and it was refreshing. I even read in the pool for a little bit, so that was nice. And yeah, I was having a good time in the pool, but then I got tired of holding the book up out of the water because I didn't want it to get wet, so I came back out. I'm on dry land once again. So it's 2:50 now, and I am on page 147 of Sky in the Deep. I don't have too many thoughts on it at the moment. I mean, it's not a bad book, but then again, like, nothing's really happening, and I'm almost halfway through, so I'm hoping things will pick up more. And I just want to say, reading outside is very difficult because there's so many distractions, because I just want to go inside and be in air conditioning because it is hot outside. Right now it's not too bad because I'm in the shade again, but hey, when I was in the sun, wow, I was like dripping sweat. So I'm probably gonna go get some lunch now and then maybe come back out and read. Although I was thinking that since they said that reading a book outside, like, interpret it your own way, I might just read it inside and say that it takes place outside. So technically I'm reading it outside because I am transporting myself into this world and it takes place mainly outside. So I mean, I might do that because I've been outside for so long and I just want to chill inside, you know? So I will talk to you guys in a little bit. I am so tired right now, but I just wanted to hop on really quickly and tell you guys that I finished Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. Now, some of my thoughts on this are not, like, very articulate because all I really felt about this book was meh. Like, just meh, nothing great, nothing terrible. It was just sort of in the middle. When I was reading this book, I found myself to be losing concentration and have my mind wandering, so I sort of was a little lost as to what was going on sometimes, and when things were happening I was just like, oh, we're doing this now? Okay. So I mean, I wasn't fully invested in the story, so I'm going to be giving it a 3 out of 5 stars. Nothing great, like I said, but again, it wasn't horrible. It just did not blow my mind or even really make me want to keep reading the series. I don't even know if it's a series or a standalone. It ended like a standalone, so maybe not. But if there is a second book, I'm probably not going to read it because I just didn't enjoy this a whole bunch. Yeah, so a lot of this book was just like nothing happened, and then towards the end was when things picked up, and then there's this romance that was thrown in there that I think wasn't necessary at all. It was just thrown into there to be a romance, and I just didn't like that. And I am a person who loves romance in books, but this one, I think it was forced, and there was no real connection between the characters. I mean, they didn't have a lot of interactions where sparks could have flown, so yeah, not really happy with this book, but I don't hate it at all because, I mean, this cover just makes up for the lack of story because it is a beautiful cover. So I just finished that book in the car because it was pouring rain outside, and I just wanted to finish that book tonight just to get it out of the way and read because I just did not want to read that book anymore. Hopefully Lola and the Boy Next Door will be more interesting tomorrow when I pick that up. I think that's all I have to tell you guys tonight. It's like 9:45 right now, so I'm going to be getting to bed soon because, like I said, I'm tired. I just got back from work like an hour ago. I have tennis tomorrow if the courts aren't wet. I had tennis today with my dad, so that's why I'm like really tired today because he pushed me like I pushed my teammates, so it's good for me though. Anyway, I will talk to you guys tomorrow when I am hopefully more awake and ready to read more books. Well, it's my first time vlogging at all today, and I'm sorry about that. It's almost 10 o'clock at night, so yeah, I haven't really said anything to you guys yet, but I feel like there wasn't really anything to say other than what I was planning on reading, and I kind of told you that yesterday, and then just my progress through this book that I read. But I did want to let you know that I did finish Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins. This is definitely my favorite book so far that I've read during the reading rush this year, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I still enjoyed Anna and the French Kiss more, but I did like the little cameos of Anna and Etienne in this book, and I just fall in love with Stephanie Perkins' writing. It's so easy to read, and I just feel like I want to live my life when I read her books, which probably doesn't make any sense, but I love these books so much, and I can't wait for the last one. I have to get it, but I don't know when that'll be. But I do plan on reading it. Maybe I'll read it next year for the reading rush as well. So I'm pretty tired right now, and I'm probably going to go to bed soon, but I may watch something. I don't have tennis tomorrow, so I can sleep in a little bit or get up early, but go right to reading. So I don't really have to go to bed right away, which is why I might watch a little bit because I haven't watched anything in a while. So I will leave you with that and see you tomorrow. So it's the next day of the reading rush, and I'm currently reading Roar by Carmich. And this book is going to complete the challenge of read a book that has the color of your birthstone. And I'm on page 225 at the moment, and I'm really enjoying this book a lot. I've heard mixed reviews on this, so I wasn't sure where I would fall on the spectrum, but I'm happy to say that I'm enjoying it a ton. And the funny thing about this is it takes place in a world where like there are stormlings who have to like battle storms, and we just went through a thunderstorm, and I thought that was pretty funny. Oh, by the way, if it looks a little like green in here, I have my LED lights on, so I don't know how that's affecting the lighting at the moment, but it's great ambience for reading. So I'm gonna keep reading now. It's almost 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna shower soon and get ready for work. I don't know if I'm gonna have work tonight because of the rain. I mean, I hope not, but there's always the possibility that I will. So I'll just get prepared for that. But in the meantime, I'm going to keep reading and then just read as much as I can. So I just finished Roar and I absolutely loved it. I'm going to give it a 4.75 out of 5 stars. I was just in love with the characters and the world. I thought it was really cool how everything came together, and then like it's sort of like a plot twist at the end. I was like, that's really cool. So I definitely enjoyed this a whole lot, and this is definitely like my second favorite book that I've read this entire readathon. So it's a little past 10 now, and I'm probably gonna get to bed again because I am tired. Once again, what a surprise. I'm always tired at night when I update you guys. But before I do that, I'm just gonna input my pages for the Reading Rush website, but after that I will be going to bed. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So I was just about to go in the pool, but before I got dressed I wanted to do a quick update, and it's the 6th day of the reading rush, just to let you know. And I decided I wanted to read Beyond a Darkened Shore, and this book will complete the challenge, read a book that you touch first. And I am currently on page 323, and I'm actually really loving this book a lot. It takes place in Ireland, which I was not expecting, and I just love that about this because I love Ireland. I've never been there, but I would love to go there, so I'm just really happy about that unexpected twist. And then there's like a lot of Norse mythology as well, so it's kind of reminding me of Sky in the Deep a bit, but a whole lot better. So like I said, I'm gonna go in the pool now, and I will hopefully update you guys later as well, like when I finish that, because I realized that I've only been doing like 1 update a day for the past few days, just because I've gotten lazy vlogging and stuff. So hopefully I can rectify that and make this vlog a little more interesting. I'm in front of my bookshelf now because I could not get my camera to focus on me on my bed, whatever that means. So yeah, it's a change of scenery and it's a little dark in here, but at least it's focused, or I hope so. But I will talk to you guys later. So I just finished Beyond a Darkened Shore by Jessica Leek, and I absolutely loved it. I'm giving this 5 out of 5 stars. I don't think it's good enough to be one of my new favorites, but it's definitely up there. I really enjoyed this a lot. I definitely enjoyed how it sort of combined like Celtic mythology with Norse mythology. I thought that was really cool, and I wasn't expecting that. And I think there's going to be another book, but it didn't really leave off on a cliffhanger. But if there is, I definitely want to read it just because I enjoyed this so much. I was debating whether or not I'd give this a 4.75 out of 5 stars or 5 stars, but I think it was a really good book, and I just really enjoyed it a lot, so I think it deserves the full 5 stars. I just realized there was water on it, on the cover anyway. Maybe it's from my wet hair because I took a shower recently, but it's not that wet anymore. Anyway, this was definitely the biggest book I had to read out of my TBR, and I wanted to do it today because I didn't have tennis or work. So I figured let's read this book on a day where I have like nothing to do. And tomorrow's book is only like 300 something pages, and this was like 420, so I'm happy about that because I was really worried that this was going to be the book I didn't finish, but I'm glad I did. Anyway, it's 9:30 now. I don't know if I'm going to start my last book or not. I'm sort of in a reading mood, but then again, I don't know if I want to take a little break or not, because like I said, tomorrow I can easily finish that book, but I don't know. So I'll probably talk to you guys tomorrow for the last day of the reading rush, and then I'll have to do all 3 challenges tomorrow, like make a cup of coffee or tea, tell a story about books, and what's the last one? Oh yeah, dress up as like a character or the cover of a book. So I'm gonna do all that tomorrow because I didn't really do it throughout the week because I was mainly focused on reading. But I will see you tomorrow for the last day of the reading rush. I am excited for this to be over because I'm a little sort of sick of reading. Like, I just want to watch like YouTube or something because I haven't been watching any YouTube videos, like any reading rush things, which I want to do, but I really want to put reading at the forefront of this reading rush this year. So I'll see you then. Okay, so you might be a little confused as to what I did to my coffee. I put butter in there, and that makes it Bulletproof Coffee. That's what it's called. And that is the only way I like it, like homemade. So it may seem a little disgusting, but it's really good, and I just like the way it like feels. Like, it's nice and buttery, and it's really good actually. So it's not as disgusting as it seems, and I highly recommend trying it. And then I have eggs right here to eat. So I started my last book today, which is the last day of the reading rush, and I'm liking it a lot already. It's Grim Lovelies. I'll show you the cover later because I'm in my kitchen right now and I don't have it with me. But yeah, I'm really liking it, like I said. And it's a little over 300 pages, so I know I can finish it today since I finished like a 400-page book yesterday. So I did the coffee challenge today. Well, I'm gonna have to do the other 2 challenges today as well, but I just did the coffee challenge, so I might tell you a story right now while I eat breakfast. So yeah, I'll do that now. These eggs are so good. So it's supposed to be like a bookish story, I think. And I don't know if I have too many of them. Well, I know. I have like a lot, but they're not like interesting at all that much. Okay, I got one. Again, it's not really interesting or anything, but it is the time I went to see Sarah J. Maas. It was for her book Catwoman, because I think all her Throne of Glass books were like already coming out, and then Kingdom of Ash was like sold out. So Catwoman I decided to go to because I really wanted to see her, and it was a really fun time. I went with my mom and we got the signed copy, and then we got to hear her talk about her book writing while she wrote her book. And then she pulled out her baby, not like pulled out, but like her husband brought him out, and he was so cute. I loved seeing him. He was adorable. But anyway, that's just been on my mind recently because I would love to go see her again, but current situation doesn't really allow for it. So that's the one that's really been on my mind. I'll even insert a clip like right here of being there. I mean, because at this point it doesn't really matter if I show you stuff, because I don't think so anyway. But here it is.
I mean, obviously this is a little bit of a spoiler, but like he and Selena have a connection. And story. I need the romance, you guys.
So I hope you enjoyed that. I had a lot of fun there. I think it was 2 years ago at this point. Okay, well, that's the second challenge done, and my eggs are pretty much gone. So I will talk to you guys in a little bit. Sorry if I keep glancing like over here. Like the camera thingy is right there, but I keep looking over here like at me, so sorry about that. Okay, so this is the outfit that I put together for the challenge. And I went a little overboard, I think. As you can see, I have some makeup on, and yeah, I might have to put this down on the tripod so you can see it clearly. I wanted to show you the full outfit that I put together. Ignore the mess on the floor. Haven't really had a chance to clean much this week. So I just have black flats on with this black skirt. There's like some gold trimming on the end. I think that's what it's called. Sorry, my mirror is dirty. And then my shirt that has like shoulderless sleeves. And the necklace that I found that I never wear. And then, you can't really see it, but my face with the thingy-majiggy. It's a necklace that I put right there. So I think it came out pretty good. I feel very powerful, like this, like I could be a queen or something. So let me tell you the book that this outfit goes to. So the book that inspired this outfit was Lovelies, and I decided to do this one just because it was the last book of the reading rush and I'm currently reading it right now. And so there's like a lot of red and gold in here, so I tried to incorporate the red and the gold as much as I could. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my little outfit presentation because I don't do this often, like put makeup on and stuff, so hopefully it wasn't too bad. So I will talk to you later when this is all gone. Just finished Lovelies and I loved it so much. This is definitely going to be one of my new favorite books. It was so good. Like, I have no words to describe how good this book was. The only thing I really wasn't a fan of was the romance. I thought it was a little lackluster, but other than that, everything else was phenomenal. So obviously I have to give this a 5 out of 5 stars. It's a little past 11 now, so I'm gonna go to bed and just tell you guys everything tomorrow, like a whole wrap up and, you know, just reviewing what I read and how many pages took. So I will see you guys in the morning. It's the next morning and I'm ready to give you my full thoughts on all 7 books I read this week. First of all, can we take a moment to appreciate that I read a book a day for 7 days? I don't think I've ever really done that. Like, for the reading rush last year, I finished 7 books, but I had to switch my TBR around to actually accomplish that. But this year, I read all the books on my TBR and that, like, never happens. So I'm really proud of myself. It took a lot out of my brain cells to read all those books, but now I'm just going to be taking it easy for a little bit, and I'm actually really happy that I'm not in a reading slump. Like, at the end of this, I'm actually feeling motivated to read even more, which did not happen last year at all. So I think this year was very successful. Now, the one thing I will say before we get into the books is that I feel like this reading rush was a little different from the others, just like in my life it was. I mean, obviously you have coronavirus going on like everywhere and all these other things that are just popping up out of the blue. I'm a little sad because I feel like I didn't have as much fun as I did this year. Even though I like read all the books, I feel like I didn't really find like my new favorite book. Like, there are 2 books in here that are definitely some of my new favorites, but it's not like some of the other readathons where I just have like a ton of books that I absolutely loved. This pile was not as good, I guess, as previous TBRs, but I still did enjoy most of the books. I feel like really stressed right now for whatever reason. Like, it had nothing to do with the books at all, but I think as time is just going by quicker for me, things are just becoming more stressful, and I feel like I can't really find sanctuary in books anymore. And what I mean by that is, like, I have all these things I could be doing, and I decided to like do the reading rush and take a week to read, and after that I just feel like now I don't have to read, which means I feel like I have to be doing other things, and reading is just not going to be a priority, which I want it to be. So I'm just a little lost at the moment as to what lies ahead. I mean, I think everybody does. At some point in their lives, they just don't know what the future's going to hold. And this got really off topic, so sorry about that. But anyway, let's just get on with the books I read and like my final thoughts on them. So the first book I read was King Arthur and His Knights of the Round Table by Roger Lancelin Green. I did not give a rating for this just because it was like a classic type book, and I can't compare this to young adult books, which I like have favorites in. So like I said earlier in this vlog, I'm not going to be rating this, but I did thoroughly enjoy it a lot. And if I was rating it, I'd probably give it a 4 out of 5 stars. The next book I read was The Gwenevere Deception by Kirsten White, and I gave this a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm really happy that I read this right after the King Arthur book, because there were so many names in here that were from that I would have no clue about if I hadn't read that book first. So I'm glad I did that, and this was a really enjoyable read. One of the things in here threw me off guard, and I was just like, whoa, okay, that's happening, okay. I wasn't sure how I thought about it at first, but now I'm like, I think that's a cool idea. And then the plot twist at the end was like a plot twist I was expecting, like I said earlier, but then again, when it happened, I was like, wasn't expecting that. I thoroughly enjoyed this book, and I can't wait for the second book. And as you can see, I painted these pages gold, and I did this for 3 of the other books on this TBR. Like, I just painted this today because I really enjoyed this book, and I just love painting books pages so much. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are in order, but they might not be because I just consumed a lot of words over this week, and things may have gotten a bit jumbled up. But the next book I believe I read was Sky and Deep by Adrienne Young. I gave this a 3 out of 5 stars because it didn't wow me. I didn't really feel connected with the characters at all, and just like nothing really happened until the end, and then what happened at the end was rushed a lot. So like, I think it was only given a chapter, and these chapters were not that long. So I didn't love this book, but I didn't hate it either. And it's a Viking book, so I was expecting a little bit more action, but didn't really get a lot. Then I read Lola and the Boy Next Door by Stephanie Perkins, and I absolutely adored this book. 5 out of 5 stars. Definitely my favorite book of the whole readathon. This is the sequel to Anna and the French Kiss, but following different characters, Lola obviously, and this boy named Cricket. And like I said, I did enjoy Anna and the French Kiss more, but this was so good as well. I can't wait to read Isla and Happily Ever After, which is the 3rd and final book in this trilogy sort of thing. And I'm gonna be so sad when I finish that, because then I'm not gonna have any more Stephanie Perkins books, like contemporary. I'll have to see if she has written any more. I mean, I hope so, but I think it's just those 3. Anyway, I just love this book so much, and I would like reread this right now if I wanted to, but I do, but I don't, so probably not. But when the time comes for a reread, I will definitely enjoy it wholeheartedly. Then I read Roar by Carmich, and I gave this a 4.75 out of 5 stars. This was about like fighting storms and like storm magic. So it was like, there wasn't a really main villain, but there's like somebody introduced later that sort of is not great, but you're not really sure who this person is until like the end of the book. And I thought this was a really good book. I've seen some like really negative reviews of this book and how it wasn't interesting, but this captivated me from like the first few chapters, and I loved the group in here. I would have liked a little more interactions between all the characters, because I realized that my favorite books have like a cast of characters, and they're all like, they come together, and I just love it so much. But these characters, I didn't get like a ton of perspective from some of the characters that were in this group, so I didn't think I could give this book a full 5 out of 5 stars. But either way, I did enjoy this, and I can't wait to read the sequel. Then I read Beyond a Darkened Shore by Jessica Leek, and I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it a lot, especially how it combined like Celtic mythology and Norse mythology as well. It's not going to be like one of my new favorites per se, but I am really looking forward to the other book she wrote. I think it follows different characters. I looked it up, so it's not like a sequel to this, but it's like a similar cover, and you know, 2 characters coming together like in this one as well. And this was definitely the biggest book on my TBR, and very happy that I read it and got to it because it's been on my shelf for way too long. I think almost 3 years at this point, or maybe 2. Either way, it's been a while. And then the last book I read was Grim Lovelies by Megan Shepherd. 5 out of 5 stars, definitely. This is definitely going to be on one of my top favorite books of 2020. Now this book, this had the cast of characters that I wanted, and they all came together, and I just love this group so much. This reminded me a lot of The Gilded Wolves and Sorcery of Thorns. Like, if you like those 2 books, or even if you liked only one, I'm sure you'll like this one, because I just felt like Anouk, I think that's how you say her name, she had like this innocence about her, which I got in Sorcery of Thorns, just because Anouk is only like a year old, but she looks 17 because she's a beastie. Okay, so my camera just cut off, and I don't know how much cut off before I realized, because it like, the camera will shut off after like 10 minutes, I think, so I don't know how long I was talking until it shut off like completely. So I was saying that Grim Lovelies is like Sorcery of Thorns and The Gilded Wolves, because Sorcery of Thorns, Elizabeth is like very innocent because she hasn't been out of her library like at all and had human interactions with other people. And Anouk, I don't know if I went over this or not, but I have no clue if that's how you say her name or not. But she's innocent because she's only a year old, because she's a beastie, which is a human that was once a beast. And then The Gilded Wolves is similar too, because in The Gilded Wolves there's like a heist in France that they have to pull off, and this took place in France, and there was also a heist that went on, and I just thought this book was so phenomenal. I loved it so much. I can't wait for the next book because I have to figure out what happens to everybody, because how this book ended, things were looking pretty bleak. And then there are goblins in here that I thought were hilarious, especially this one character in here. I love them so much, and I just thought that these characters were very richly written, and this would be a gang that I would love to be a part of if possible. Unfortunately, it's not. Anyway, I will have like the total number of pages pop up in front of my face right now to let you know how many total pages I read. I think it was over 2,000, because I saw on the Reading Rush page, like when you typed in all the pages you read for each day. So over 2,000 pages in 1 week. That's pretty impressive. And I didn't listen to any audiobooks or have any graphic novels or manga. So yeah, I definitely need to like watch a lot of TV, and I've been catching up on a lot of booktube videos just now while I was painting their edges. So yeah, I might start a book today too, but I don't know. Anyway, I don't think this vlog is gonna go up before like the deadline to enter into their competition, just because it takes a lot to edit videos, and this is going to be a long one, I'm pretty sure. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get it up this week. That is the plan. And I'm sorry if this vlog was like sort of boring. I feel like I didn't show you that much except my face in my room, so I tried to make it a little more interesting by going outside and then in the kitchen. So hopefully this vlog isn't a total dump, because I don't think this is one of my best ones, besides it being clearer than it normally is. But yeah, sorry about that. And to me, I think this wasn't a great vlog, but thanks for watching anyway. Which leads me into my outro. So that is all for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!